and welcome back to the Citytilidie channel. I hope you're all staying safe and well. And we're up to day 7 of the World Cup, and this is your World Cup update with a sky blue tinge. Although we haven't got much of a tinge today. Obviously, we've got to talk about the England game, but after that, yeah, not a lot of City tinge. But we'll have a look. It's World Cup report. We'll have a look at the games anyway. There's some interesting games, that's for sure. So this is match day 2 continuing now. So obviously, we're even going to get the first team through to the next round as well, which could have been England, couldn't it? But unfortunately not. It certainly wasn't. So please, if you are new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications. It'd be great to have you on board. Spread the word, all things Manchester City normally, of course, past, present, forever. And of course, if you can just make an old City fan very happy, just press that little button there, just the like button. Let's try and get about 10 likes at least for this. That'd be great. Aiming for that. So if you can do your bit for me, much appreciated. Right, so on to Friday. We'll start with Friday's later kickoff, which we don't cover because I have to get to bed, as you know. And of course, this was day 6. And it wasn't great, was it? It wasn't great. 7 p.m. kickoff, Group B, England 0, USA 0. How embarrassing is that? So, yeah, at the Al Bait Stadium, Alcor, have a quick brief look at the game itself. I mean, the first big chance came to England on 10 minutes. Looked okay then. It's sort of the best part of the game, I think, for England, that opening 10, 20 minutes or so. 26 minutes, there was a good chance for the USA as well. That bloke with the clown wig, I don't know, red, blue, and white. I hate that. It's like what Pogba does, doesn't it? I hate when they do that. All right, we didn't mind when Foden made his hair white, but that's just white. It's not multicoloured. But I don't know who he was anyway. He side-footed a great chance over. 33 minutes. Is it Pulisic or Pulisic? I always say Pulisic, but I know the commentator says Pulisic, doesn't he? He hit the bar for the USA. I mean, they had the better chances in this game. We sort of went to sleep. That was 33 minutes. 43 minutes, again, Pulisic, or Pulisic, whatever you want to call it. Another half chance. We're always on the back foot. I mean, when Maguire is your best player, you've got problems, haven't you? 45 minutes, Saka. Yeah, we came into it just before half-time. Saka was well over from a short pullback. And 46 minutes at Mount, I think the first thing he did in the half shot was turned around the post. So, yeah, we're going to have to be better than this, I thought, at the time. We need to carry on that last couple of minutes in the first half into the second half, but we didn't, did we? We were still poor. And at one stage, I think USA had about 5 or 6 corners on the trot. So we had to make a few substitutions. Of course, Foden wasn't playing. Of course, Stones has started this for England. He played okay, Stones. I thought at the back we were okay, even though USA had plenty of chances. And I don't think it was particularly the centre halves where the problem was coming from. So we had to make some substitutions, but no Foden, which is absolutely ridiculous. But, I mean, the problem with Foden now is the pressure that's going to be on him when he does play, because we're going to expect miracles. And he's just total. Southgate is useless, absolutely useless. We got Grealish on, who did okay, not fantastic. He came on for Sterling, who was absolutely non-existent, wasn't he? Let's be honest about it. Henderson for Bellingham. Well, I was building him up the other day. I got his value up to about 250 million quid, didn't I? It's certainly down to the starting point again of 150 million, but I wouldn't give you 30 for him. I want, if I'm going to pay 150 million for a player, I want to go wow. I'm sorry, Bellingham doesn't make me go wow. Yes, he will be okay in the City team, but no, a ridiculous amount of money. I would steer well clear. 78 minutes, a big cheer went round the ground as Rashford came on for Saka. Perhaps you think Rashford's this wonderful form is showing the last 4 or 5 games will continue, but he didn't do much, did he? But then again, did England? No. So I'll blame Southgate. I'm not going to blame the players so much. Southgate's fault for picking them. Thankfully, only 4 minutes extra time to put us out of our misery. We did have one last chance with another player who didn't do anything really on the night, Kane. But he did his Sheriff's Badged impression in the final 90 seconds and sent a corner, a header well wide. Absolutely useless. Second best for most of it. Shocking 0-0 against America. Yeah, as I said, if Maguire's your best player, you're in trouble, aren't you? and there's something definitely wrong, and it's possibly well, it's not possibly Southgate, it is Southgate. He does know how to get the best out of our players. But credit to the USA, I thought they played exceptionally well and were the better team, better football team, or shall we say the better soccer team? I don't know, perhaps we'll have to say that. Just an interesting thing, the XG philosophy, which I feature on my City stuff, at XG philosophy. Yeah, it wasn't very high. So I'm not even going to say, I mean, at half-time, it was a pathetic 0.32 for England and 0.71 for the USA, and it didn't alter much after that. So at the end of that, then, England have got 4 points with a +4 goal difference, and the USA have got 2 points with a 0 goal difference. And we will have to get beat by Wales by about 4 goals or something stupid like that, not to qualify. But are you optimistic after watching that? I don't think we can be, can we? And straight on to Saturday, 26th November, day 7, 10 a.m. kickoff. Group D, Tunisia 0, Australia 1. Well done. Al Janoub Stadium, Al Wakra, a deserved lead for the Aussies on 22 minutes. A glancing header in the far corner from that guy called Duke. Tunisia will have to show a bit more after that, but rather than sitting back and hoping to break, this is how they wanted to play it. And they had a couple of good chances, but I think Australia just about deserved the 1-0 lead at half-time. Second half followed a very similar pattern to the first, but Tunisia really struggled to create any good goal-scoring opportunities. Australia kept working really hard, as you'd expect, and they had some of the odd forays into the Tunisian final third, but they were pretty rare. And then eventually they became non-existent as Tunisia, obviously, in desperation, began to build up the pressure. But as time ticked by, I think they threw everything they could at the Aussies, but they couldn't find an equaliser from luck and obviously reasonable defending. So it ended Tunisia 0, Australia 1. So Tunisia end up, certainly have got now 1 point and a -1 goal difference, and Australia have got 3 points with a -2 goal difference going into the last games. The next game was Poland 2, Saudi Arabia 0 in Group C. Yes, so all the great things Saudi did the other day, all been shot down. This was a 1 p.m. kickoff at the Education City Stadium. Yes, they were still on a high, Saudi, of course, backed by obviously the majority of the fans, the vast majority of the fans, after that victory over Argentina. And they did take the game to Poland, and Chelinski made it 1-0 in 39 minutes. Not exactly out of nothing for Poland, but definitely against a run of play, that's for sure. So despite Saudi's keenness, they were 1-0 down, but they were given a penalty and a chance to get back into it just before half-time. I think the ref was sent to the manager. I think it was fair enough. He kicked him from behind, and the old Chesney saves it, didn't he? The old he used to be a Premier League player, didn't he? Saves, and he also saves from the rebound. Outstanding stuff from Chesney. So 1-0, slightly fortunate for Poland at half-time, who were probably the second best for most of that half. In the second, Saudi continued to dominate, and only poor finishing by them kept Poland ahead. Wasn't a lot of great saves or blocks. It's just really weak finishing. As Saudi got more desperate, it was Poland who, of course, would come nearest to scoring as more gaps opened up. They hit the woodwork twice in as many minutes just before the halfway point of the second half. And on 82 minutes, scoring his first ever World Cup goal. It had to happen, didn't it? Lewandowski has scored after a lapse in concentration at the back. So he'll let him sneak in, and he simply slid it underneath the keeper. 2-0, and game over for plucky Saudi Arabia. So after the games, Poland 2, Saudi Arabia 0. 4 points for Poland, a +2 goal difference, and 3 points for Saudi Arabia, so a -1 goal difference. So it's not all over yet. Plenty to play for in that group. And just before I came on here, Group D, France 2, Denmark 1. Yes, 3 points more for France, and we know what that's going to do to them, don't we? This was at Stadium 974 in Doha. Schmeichel was certainly busy the keepers, as France had more of a play. But the teams went in 0-0 at half-time. But I think Denmark, it was only a matter of time, I think, before France were going to score. Denmark needed to do a little bit more. And, of course, in the second half, France continued where they left off. Poor finishing, kept the scores level. But as I said, it had to happen, and a Mbappe slightly deflected shot gave France a lead in 61 minutes. But finally, Denmark responded, and from a set piece, an Eriksson corner was flicked on by another player and headed bravely home by Christensen. It was 1-1. And France were a little bit rattled, but Denmark didn't take advantage of this. So it sort of plodded along, getting through to the last 5 minutes. And sort of from nowhere, it wasn't really as though France were knocking at the door. 86 minutes, Mbappe added France's second goal with a poacher's goal at the far post. Just onside, very, very close, but just onside. And I think France saw out the remainder of the game without too many scares. I don't remember Denmark doing too much. And, of course, became the first team to book their place in the next round. So there you go, France 2, Denmark 1. So that means France now have 6 points plus 4 qualified, and Denmark have 1 point with a -1 goal difference. And later tonight, which I won't be able to, which will be on my little report tomorrow, one I'm looking forward to, 7 p.m. kickoff in Group C, Argentina versus Mexico. Argentina with no points, of course, -1 goal difference. Mexico with 1 point with a 0 goal difference. This is on ITV at Lusail Stadium. Yeah, it's now become a must-win for Argentina. If they lose this, they're out. It's as simple as that. So extra pressure. So can Mexico take advantage? I quite like Mexico. I thought they played all right the first game. So it'd be interesting to see one of the favourites go out so soon, isn't it? But I hoping, fingers crossed, it's going to be a cracking game. And to come tomorrow, day 8, Sunday the 27th of November, 10 a.m, we've got the Group E game between Japan and Costa Rica. Japan are on 3 points with a +1 goal difference. Costa Rica, no points, of course, with a -7 goal difference. They've got a little bit of work to do, haven't they? That's at the Ahmed bin Ali Stadium on ITV and STV. Costa Rica were poor. You can't see anything different. Japan, might have to, they certainly... They didn't overly impress me the other day. I think the actual game with Uruguay, was it? They impressed me against Germany, but I just thought Germany were really, really poor. So I can't see anything apart from Japan winning this. They just have to be too good. And Costa Rica will have to play a hell of a lot better than they did in that first game. And then at 1 p.m, we got the Group F game, Belgium versus Morocco. This will be an interesting one, a bit of City interest, of course. 3 points for the Belgium with a +1 goal difference, and just 1 point for Morocco with a 0 difference at the Alpha Mama Stadium on BBC. This one, an iPlayer. Belgium scraped through, didn't they, against Canada, I thought. And I think they'll surely need to improve a little bit, because I quite like Morocco. I thought Morocco were all out of it. They're not out of it, and I thought Morocco were okay. So that should be an okay game as well. 4 p.m, we got the Group F game, Croatia versus Canada. Croatia 1 point, no goal difference. Canada, no points, -1 goal difference. This is from the Khalifa International Stadium. This again is on BBC and iPlayer. If Canada can actually take some of the chances, I mean, they created so many chances the other day they couldn't score. They've got a chance, but I think Croatia should be too strong in this one. And to finish the day off, another great game that I'm looking forward to. Group E, Spain versus Germany. 3 points for Spain, a +7 goal difference. No points for Germany, -1 at the Al Bayt Stadium. This is on BBC and iPlayer. What a game. What a game. I don't draw. It won't be any much good to Germany. But, Spain will start as favourites. But I think Germany have got a little bit more. I think they've got a little bit more. They'll be absolutely rattled by that defeat. The pressure's on, of course, but we'll have to see. Spain looked very, very good, but they didn't beat much, did they? So I think a bit like this game I'm looking forward to tonight, Argentina and Mexico. I think that's the highlight of tomorrow, Spain versus Germany. Of course, we'll see some of our City boys for both teams, hopefully, as well. So that'll be good. Anyway, join me then for that. Let me know your comments, guys. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know who's going to win the World Cup. It'd be great to hear from you. Until we meet again, that's one thing, don't we? Please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.